I'm doing a repeat of the talk that I did the other night, which was the courage to grieve. I did a talk, well, it was kind of a lesson. I would say it was kind of a lesson with participation. So I'll be here for questions and that sort of thing. I'm really good at coming up with subjects and titles and all the fun stuff, but today was just a day. So here we are. I'm doing a repeat today, this evening, of the courage to grieve. I think it is such a good talk, and I think that there are so many different things that I can start adding to it. But I'm just going to repeat what I was here the other day. If you were here and you joined in, you probably got something out of it. If you were not here, then you're definitely going to get something out of it tonight. And I'm just so glad that you're here. Again, my name is Sharon Brubaker. I am the owner of the Grief School. The Grief School is a private university and the place where healing begins. And I'm just so glad that you're here. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the hidden courage in grief, the hidden courage in grief that nobody talks about. Let's see here. Hold on. I want to make that up. Yeah, that didn't go well. Hey, sorry, ladies. Didn't mean to make you sick. Didn't mean to make you dizzy. Now I got everything twisted. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I want to put you at the same height so I'm not having to look away. You guys are probably all like, she just made us sick. It feels like one of my grandkids take the phone and I'm on FaceTime. Do you want to enable dictation? Not now. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Hope you're okay. Hope you didn't get sick. Hey, Laura. All right. Nobody talks about this part of grief. They tell you to be strong. They tell you can do this. They pat you on the back at the funeral and they wish you well and they walk away. They pat you at the back on the funeral. Snow, I'm thinking of you. Bye. And they walk away. But the truth is, grief courage is invisible. Nobody can give it to you. You can't swallow it. You can't drink it. It is invisible. It's not about the public moments, the moments that everybody sees in the public. It's the private ones. It's when you're sobbing into your pillow and you still get up anyway. You cried all night long, but you still get up. When you stare at the empty chair as you're sitting at the kitchen table and you're eating, and somehow you figure out how to keep breathing. That's hidden courage. It's when the door opens, when you open the door to the closet and you see all of his clothes. And the smell of his sweet perfume comes out. And it reminds you. And it fills your soul and your spirit. That, my friend, is where the hidden courage is. It's when your hand is shaking as you're having to go into the closet because you know you have to walk right past his stuff to get yours. That's courage. It's the courage that no one sees. No one claps for you when you do that. No one says, hey, girl, you did it today. But you live every damn day. And it matters. It matters. It matters more than any other day. Because you've got to go through that courage every single day. Courage is not strength, my friends. It's not strength. So many people told me to be strong, but I wish someone would have said, have courage. Hey, Sharon, you need to have courage. I wasn't strong. I was shattered. I was on the bathroom floor in tears. I was screaming unbelievably into the towel. I went in the bathroom and I closed the door and I grabbed the towel and I just put it to my mouth. Strength and courage are not the same. Strength is holding on and holding it all together and keeping it together in front of people. Strength is pretending like you're strong as you're making the call to the funeral. You're calling the police. You got to get the police report. You got to call the coroner's office and get the death report. Grief courage is falling apart, breaking down, and still breathing. Strength is looking fine to make others feel comfortable. Grief courage is telling the truth. I'm not okay today, and I don't know when I'm going to be okay again. Grief courage is survival. It's rebellion. It's love in action. Grief courage is love in action. It is your love doing the things, the grief things. If you've woken up every morning after your world has ended and you put your feet on the ground and you stood upright, that was courage, girl. That was courage. And that's the shit that nobody sees you do. Let's talk about the hardest courage of all. It doesn't look like medals. It doesn't look like parades. People aren't walking down the street praising you. For the most part, I don't know about you, but I feel like they've forgotten me. They didn't come back after me and look for me. Grief courage doesn't look like medals or parades. It looks like people cheering you on. It looks like choosing to live when you don't want to anymore. It looks like choosing to live when you don't want to anymore. It looks like breathing when your chest is screaming inside. It looks like showing up for another day when all you want to do is go back to your old life, but you keep showing up in this nightmare that you have been dealt. Did you hear what I said? It looks like you want to go back to your own life. I just want one more hug. I just want one more I love you. I just need to see him one more time. I just need to say one more thing. It looks like that, but you keep waking up in the nightmare and you figure like somebody's got this wrong. There's something is wrong here. How come I keep waking up on this day? And here's the truth. If you're here right now, you're already proven that you have courage. Not strength, not be strong, courage. You don't need to feel brave to be brave. Every breath you've taken since they died, that has been your courage. Friends, I'm going to teach a lesson on courage right now. And at the end, we're going to do an active lesson where you can absolutely get some courage from me today that you need. This is a holiday weekend. I know that a lot of you are grieving. I know a lot of you don't have plans. But I'm here. I'm going to be here today. I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be here with you guys. We're going to walk this together. Even though this is not a grief holiday, just having everyone going camping and going away and all the traffic and the stores are busy and all of that stuff can make you feel like you're grieving. So I wanted to give you courage, not make you feel like you're grieving, but make your grieving a little heavier. So I wanted to give you courage to get through the weekend. This is the talk that I did last week, but I'm repeating it. So if you heard it, I love it. Just hang out. If you've never heard it, then this is going to be great for you. But either way, there's going to be some stuff that you didn't hear, and I know it will encourage you for this weekend. Everyone loves to talk about courage like it's a shiny, strong thing, like soldiers are marching into battle. You need that courage. Firefighters running into the flames. Or when someone gives that big speech and their voice is shaking. You know who never gets mentioned when we're talking about courage? The grievers. What about grief courage? What about the guts to take it up when your world has been ripped apart? What about the guts to get up? I said take it up. What about the guts it takes to get up when your world has been ripped apart? What about the courage to take breaths when every breath hurts? When every single breath hurts. You can't even take a deep breath. You're only breathing shallow, just enough to survive. That's courage. That's what we're talking about today, the courage to grieve. Hey friends, my name is Sharon Brubaker, and I'm the Grieve That Shit Lady. I'm the owner of the Grief School. I talk a lot about the shit in grief that nobody talks about. And that's what we're talking about today. And if you're here, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something straight up. This space is not about sugarcoating the grief. It's about calling it as it is. And I'm going to call it as it is. And if it makes you uncomfortable, I'm sorry. Then maybe you shouldn't hang out here. And here's the truth. Grieving takes more than courage. I can't even read. Grieving takes more courage than most people will ever understand. Your grieving takes more courage than they will ever understand. And I want to make sure you know it, because your grief takes courage. My heart to yours, Miss Vicki. Tell us his name. Tell us your son's name. Let's start by talking about what courage really is. Most of us were fed the lie that courage is the absence of fear. The absence of fear. Fear lives inside the courage. The fear lives inside the courage. This is the part you're going to get with the courage, but the fear is inside of it. It absolutely butts up against it and it lives there. Well, if you're brave, then you're not scared. That's bullshit. I call bullshit a bullshit. Courage is only born where fear is present. Fear must be there in order for you to have courage. Going to the funeral home, that doesn't take strength. That takes courage. Making all those phone calls and telling everyone that your person has died, that's courage. Having her fall apart at the other end of the phone and you try to stay strong because you know you got 5 more calls to make, but crying with her and still making the 5 calls, that's courage. If you're not scared to do the thing, you still can be pulling on the courage. You still can be pulling on the courage. It's just that the fear hasn't shown up. So when you're grieving and you think, I'm not strong, I'm not brave, I can't do this, I can't do this, I cannot do this, I can't do this. Someone help me. Oh God, I can't do this. No, I can't do this. That's courage. Because even though you're yelling, you can't do it, and you've looked at your friend and your eyes are just pouring down and you're like, I can't do this, but you do it anyway, that's the courage. That's exactly when the courage shows up. The courage is standing in the middle of fear, because fear is right in the middle. It's standing in the middle of your heartbreak. It's standing in the middle of the devastation. It's standing and taking a breath. It's standing and taking a step. Here's another piece of courage. It's not always loud. Courage is not always loud. It's not always big. It's not always the visible moments that everyone else can see. In grief courage, it's often quiet. When you are doing the courage to do the thing, it's often very quiet. You're standing at the kitchen sink and you're washing the dishes, and the tears are just coming down. The memory of that day last year, that brought pain to your heart, but you're washing the dishes and you can't stop because the other kids need to be fed. Courage is brushing your teeth with the tears in your eyes. It's smelling his cologne every time you open the closet door. Courage is sitting in the grief pain for 1 minute. 1 minute today. Just letting sadness just be there. Not running from it. That's courage. That's the courage to grieve. It's not going to be the courage that they write about in the history books. I promise you, they are not going to write this in the history books. Why? Because they don't see it. Why? Because they don't want to see it. They want you to come back as quickly as possible. You need to be okay so I know that I'm okay. They don't understand that this lives in your bones. Where in your grief have you seen courage already? Where have you seen it shown up? In small ways, in big ways? When Austin died, everybody kept telling me how strong I was. I truly wanted to scream. I wanted to scream, but then I also thought I needed to play the part. I didn't know. You know what I didn't know? I knew I wasn't strong, but I was playing the part. I had my pencil and I had my tablet and I was making the calls and I was directing everyone and I kept checking on Erica and I wouldn't let anyone near her for fear that they would upset her. I felt like I breathed shallow for a month. One of the things that I learned is that strength and courage are not the same. Strength says, I've got it all together. I've got this worked out. I know how to do this for Erica. Strength is showing up day in and day out. Where courage says, hey, sister, I'm falling apart. I need to give myself some time. I'll be there this afternoon. This is really hard for me. I'm having a grieving moment, but I'll be there this afternoon. Showing up for the funeral when all you want to do is run, that's what courage looks like. Saying their name when everyone else is avoiding it, when they all come in and you say their name, that's what courage looks like. Crying at the grocery store and refusing to apologize for it and keep going down the aisles, do not run out, that's what courage looks like. Signing up for grief study hall when you'd rather stay in bed, that's what courage looks like. When someone asks you how you doing and you say, I'm not okay. Today is not a good day. And letting that be enough. You do not have to explain it. Today is not a good day. And without explanation, just leave it there. And they are going to get uncomfortable. And when they get uncomfortable, you don't say another damn thing. I'm not okay. That's the truth. Nobody's going to hand you a medal for those things. But make no mistake. This survival level of courage, it's there and it matters. Courage cannot look like, it doesn't live in all the lies that they're telling us, all the platitudes that they're telling us. Debbie says courage is showing up at the party saying, nope, not yet, and going back home. Yes. Meaning I get to the party, I thought I could go. And then when I get there, I realize I can't do this. Part of why grief courage matters so much is because the world does not understand it. They're not looking for it. They're not looking for it in you. They weren't looking for it in me. And they didn't even know that it existed. Hell, you and I didn't even know it existed. We're creating it now as we're living it. As we're going through our grieving experiences, we're understanding what the courage is. And all we did was together, we put a name to it. We put a tag on it. That was courage. That was courage. We put a tag on it. And because they don't understand it, they feed us lies to make us feel better. Friends, I want you to hear me out. When people were telling me that, thank God Erica has you, you're so strong, I stood up straighter. You're right. You're right. Good thing she has me. I need to stay level-headed. I need to be strong. Okay, Erica has me. I need to be strong. I need to know what to do. I got this figured out. And seriously, all I wanted to scream was, my nephew died. Austin died. A 10-year-old child in my family had drowned. People were telling me that she's so lucky to have you. And I would stand up straighter because I was playing the part. They were feeding me this because they didn't know what else to say. You just give it some time. You just tell Erica to take time, and the time is going to heal. No, friends, courage heals. She'll move on eventually. Eventually this will, it'll roll off. That's a lie. You don't have to move on. You don't have to carry it forward. You learn how to complete. They wouldn't want you to be sad. That's a lie. Because your sadness is a proof of your love. Your sadness is the proof that they never died. Girl, you're so strong. You're so strong. You're not strong. You were courageous. Was I being courageous? Yes, because I got up every day. Was I using my courage? Yes. But as they were telling me about the strength, I thought it was the strength that was propelling me forward. I'm just having memories. Memories of sitting around the table, making out the funeral. What do you guys call that? The program? The pamphlet? That little thing you hand out? You're sitting around, you're talking about what needs to go in there. Every time you show up in your grief honestly, when you show up honestly, you are participating in the grief courage. Every tear is courageous. Every shaky breath is courageous. Every small step you take is courageous. That's not weakness. That's proof that you're still alive. That's proof that you're still alive. Which one of these lies have you been told about how strong you are, to give it time? They wouldn't want you to? We've probably all been told a little bit of all of those. I want you to hear this, and I want you to hear it clearly, loudly, and it's for all of you, especially you in the back. Especially you in the back. I'm going to say it as loud as I can. Your grief courage is rebellion. It's rebellion against the BS that they're putting out for us. It's refusing to shrink your grief to make them feel comfortable. It's refusing to shrink your grief to make them feel comfortable. It is saying, no, I'm not over this yet. Please don't tell me to move on. It is saying, I don't need it to be over yet. I need them to be here. I need my life that I had before. It's crying instead of hiding away, just crying openly. It's you daring to tell the truth about your grief when everyone wants to throw platitudes at you. That is rebellion, and that is your courage. It's pushing back against that BS. Here's the beautiful part of rebellion and grief. You don't have to be angry. It's not about anger. You're not doing it for the sake of anger. It's about protecting your heart. It's about protecting your healing. It's about saying, I'm not going to take this from you. Sorry. Stop telling me he wouldn't want it this way. How do you know? I will not abandon myself in the grief. I will not pretend to be fine so that you can feel better. I'm honoring my pain. And through honoring my pain, I'm honoring my person. And through honoring my person, I will honor the love that we shared. Period. And that, friends, is how courage becomes healing. I want to talk now about the hardest parts of courage. There's one more piece, and I need to name it. Sometimes grief courage is choosing to live. It's choosing to live when you want to go be with them. It's choosing to get up when your bed feels safer than the world. When you get another tough day without them and it feels absolutely unbearable. When you start thinking, what's the point? And still you get up and still you breathe and you put one foot on the ground. And I know you're whispering their name and nobody else is hearing it. And I know that this is hard and it's raw, but it is courage, my friends. And if you've already done it one day, you can possibly do it too. And if you're hearing my voice right now, it means that you have chosen life more, at least today. And that is courageous. And I am not going to sugarcoat this for you because this is going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. Sometimes we have to choose to live every single day. We have to choose to live even when we don't want to. And my heart to yours, dear friends. Truly my heart to yours, because I know it's crazy. Let's talk about why grief courage matters. Why does it matter? Why am I spending this whole life talking about this courage thing? Because you need to know the truth about yourselves. Dang, Debbie, you need that on a shirt. Angelica said, girl, I'm still looking for the numbness. Where is it? Yes, I saw it's your brother's anniversary, my love. My name is Debbie, and I'm a grief survivor, and I have courage. You have to add that. And I have courage. Why am I spending this live talking about it? Because you need to know every day you survive without your person is just not time passing. It's just not just time passing on this crazy earth. It's courage in action. It's you making the decision to courageously do this. And if you don't name it, if you don't see it, you'll believe the lies that you're weak, that you're stuck, and that you're doing it wrong. And you'll believe the biggest lie of all, that you're going to be like this for the rest of your life, because that is a lie. That is absolutely a lie. The grief pain can be moved. The pain of brokenness in your heart, should you choose that choice, can be moved. Grief courage is the soil that the healing grows in. Without courage, healing never comes. That's why it matters. And that's why you're here to hear this message today. So let me land this plane for you. We've been told a lot of lies. We've been told to be strong. We've tried living in the strong. We now understand that grievers have choices. Choosing courage is a choice. Grief courage is not about feeling fearless. It's about breathing when you'd rather not. It's about choosing honesty over pretending. It's about rebellion against the lies, pushing back against the lies. It's about love in action. And it's also about understanding that you have the choice. You have the choice to go after this brokenness. And one of the biggest lies you've been told is that you're going to be like this for the rest of your life. You already have it. You've had it since day one, but you didn't know it was there. No one pointed it out to you. I'm pointing it out to you because it's something that I lived. Friends, if you click the link in the bio, I think until after Labor Day, I'm going to have this for free. So if you haven't gotten it, please download it. It's called That Grief Shit. If you're here on TikTok, go to the link in my bio, and you're going to hit the link that says click here for hope. And there you're going to download That Grief Shit. After Monday, it's no longer going to be free to the community. It is all about, I need to go get it. Hold on. It's the ebook. all about the grief shit. But what you're going to be getting next week, it's going to also be part of it, is the journal, which is the Courage to Grieve journal. The courage to grieve that shit. You're feeling like you're watching yourself from the outside. You feel like you're watching yourself from the outside of your body. That's called disassociation. It's your mind way of saying, this is too much to handle right now. It's not you losing touch with reality. It's your body protecting you. So your appetite is gone, or you're eating everything in sight. Grief affects your hunger in extreme ways. You might go days without eating, or you might binge eat and try to fill it with emptiness. Neither of these are right or wrong. It's just where you are right now. Being strong is bullshit. Grief isn't just hard because of what you lost. It's hard because the world expects you to what they expect you to do with the loss. The people around you, most of them mean well, but they've been taught the same broken things that you were. So when you don't know what to say, they reach for the cliches because they have a ton of them, because they heard them when their loss occurred. And they feed you the lies. And if you believe these lies, you will stay stuck. Not because you're weak, not because you're performing, but because you're performing instead of processing. Let's name these lies. Let's turn them upside down and let's burn them. Death and divorce are not the only forms of grief. Staying busy is no way to manage this. Don't feel bad. Have you ever been told not to cry? He wouldn't want you to cry. Can you imagine? You just lost your person and we tell people not to cry? Grieve alone. If you're not sad, it's not grief. Replace the loss. Be strong. So I break them all down. This is an amazing book. Every time I open this book, I'm shocked. I'm shocked at how good it is. So after Monday, this will no longer be free to the community. So you guys will want to, the Griever's Guide will be, but not this one. You want to pick it up. All right. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, which is 8 a.m. Pacific Time, I'm going to be live tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing Grieve That Shit, a lecture. And tomorrow is the You're Not Broken. You are not broken. And I just wrote it today, and it's really good. Yeah. Diesel D says, I heard he would want you to be happy. How do they know? And I don't, maybe they know, maybe they were with him, but I'm just thinking, I don't know. Don't come up to me and say that. You didn't know him that well. Tomorrow, I'm going to be here. No, I'm sorry. That is not true. But tomorrow I'm going to be here at 7 a.m. I'll be here at 7 a.m. to launch the lecture. So you go in the link in the bio where it says click here for hope and then sign up for the lecture hall. It's called Grieve That Shit. If you are on social media, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, you want to go to the link in the social media post that says Beacons AI, the Grief School. And there you can sign up for tomorrow's lecture. Tomorrow's lecture is You Are Not Broken. Your grief is not broken. Your grief is not broken. Don't shrink your grief. Do not shrink your grief. Do not hide your courage. You already got it. You've already been through the bravest thing ever. You've been through the first day. You've been through day one. The day that you didn't think you would survive. No, it's 10 a.m. It'll be 11 a.m. for you, Laura. And I'm right here in it with you. I was figuring out the time for myself. All right, everyone. I'm right here with you. Do not shrink your courage and do not allow them to shrink your courage. It is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. You have to sign up if you'd like to attend. You sign up in the link in the bio or in the link in the social media post right at the bottom, Beacons AI. You sign up there. And tomorrow it's going to be good. It's going to be about an hour long. It is going to be on Your Grief is Not Broken. You guys, I'm saying that wrong. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. I feel like I'm calling out the name wrong. I know it has the word broken in it. Hold on. Hold, please. You guys, I couldn't see my mom today because they have the stomach flu over there. My mom's not sick yet, but her stepdaughter is. And I'm like, I'm not going over there. I don't want to be out of town and get sick and be here by myself. Ugh. I hope I don't get sick. It's the wrong hand. That was my left hand. Come on, Sharon. What's the name of this thing? I think it's called Your Grief is Not Broken. I don't know why I make such a big deal out of this. I'm going to be talking about the different ways your grief isn't broken. How you wake up every morning, how you wake up when you don't want to wake up, how it feels really wrong in your body. I want to talk about how the grief is going to be showing up in your body. You woke up this morning with the same weight on your chest, the one that made it hard for you to breathe. You sat on the edge of your bed, staring at the floor, wondering how you're going to make it through another day. That's where I start. So that's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be really good. And it's tomorrow at 11 a.m. I got the flu shot. Paula says I got the flu shot. Teresa. Hey, Teresa. She says, you're awesome, Sharon. Hey, love, I'm so glad you're here. I really needed this tonight, Joanne says. Julie said, good evening. I really needed this tonight. I'm just rewatching one of the other videos and just keeping busy. I love it, Joanne. So nice meeting you this week. So nice. Teresa. Oh, so nice to see you. Amazing. Okay. I have 55 grief courage cards, and you guys can have one. So you need to give me a number between 1 and 55, and I'm going to give you the courage you're going to need for this weekend. This is the courage you're going to need to get through the weekend. So you just type out a number between 1 and 55, and I'm going to read the grief courage cards. Sonia was first, so I'm going to read hers. Sonia says number 14. Number 14. The griever says, I want to numb this pain. Your courage is you choose to feel, even for a moment. That is your act of courage. Number 14 says, I want to numb this pain, but you choose to feel, even for a moment. That is an act of courage. That's for you, Miss Sonia. Catherine said, number 15. Number 15. I'm scared to tell people I'm not okay. Wow. Yeah, that's true. I'm scared to tell people I'm not okay. That's what the griever says. But the courage says, honesty is courage. Oh, man, this is so good. My truth is enough. Honesty is courage. My truth is enough. That is great for this weekend. Honesty is courage. My truth is enough. Okay, Jennifer said number 8. Jennifer said 8. Jennifer. The griever says, I can't live without them. The griever says, I can't live without them. But courage says, I can miss them forever and still keep living. Man. Missing them is a part of my love, not the end of me. The griever says, I can't live without them. But courage says, I can miss them forever and still keep living. Missing them is a part of the love, not the end of me. Wow. Okay, Joanne picked 15. Bill, which is Kathy. Kathy picked 34. She's under Bill's name. She picked 34. The griever says, I should be stronger. But the courage response is, I don't need to be strong. My grief courage is enough. Oh, Kathy, I love it. I should be stronger. And the courage says, I don't need to be strong. My courage is enough. Pauline said 68. Pauline, 1 to 55. Joanne says 15. 68. You're so cute. That's why we're friends. Okay, Joanne says 15. Joanne, I'm scared to tell people I'm not okay. Honesty is courage. My truth is enough. Tammy says 53. Tammy, the griever says, I feel like I should be over this. But courage says, I don't have to rush healing. Courage gives me time. Wow, you guys, courage is giving you the time. You don't have to rush. I love that one. Hope is Miss 18. Miss Hope is 18. Miss Hope is 18. Miss Hope, the griever says, I don't know how to hold on to the love and the pain. I don't know how to hold on to the love and the pain. That is so true. The courage says, I can carry both love and grief in the same breath. I can carry both love and grief in the same breath. Wow, that fits you, Miss Hope. Number 33. Number 33. Number 33, that is Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy says, nobody notices my effort. But courage says, my courage shows up even when nobody else sees it. The courage is for us. It's not for them. They're never going to see it, my friends. They never are. Julie says it's 1 to 55. You want them all? Miss Julie, I think you're saying 1. It's 1 of 55. I know you were talking to Pauline. I'm going to read 1 for you. This is for you, Miss Julie. Unless you said 1. No, okay. I'm going to read 1 for you, Miss Julie. Number 1, I don't know how I can do this. I don't have to do it all right now. I only have to take the next breath and the next step. I don't have to do it all right now. I only have to take the next breath and the next step. Okay, Pauline said 55. She went off of 68 and went 55. I love you, Miss Pauline. Yes, I normally do 1 to 100. You were right. I can't imagine my life without them. Courage says, I don't have to imagine the whole life. I only have to take the next breath today. You don't have to imagine the rest of your life. You only have to imagine the rest of today. And this is so true, and I want to say this. If you all go too far into the future, you are torturing yourself. If you're trying to think about right now what you're going to be doing at Christmas, you are torturing yourself. Let Christmas take care of itself, because by October, we're going to be planning it out. We're going to be doing the Sundays with Sharon. We're going to be planning it out. Don't go that far. I just need you to know what you're going to do past Tuesday. That's it. Debbie Decker says number 43. Miss Debbie says 43. Here you are, Miss Debbie. Oh, Miss Debbie, I think I'm failing at this. And courage says, I'm not failing at grief. I'm practicing courage. I'm not failing at grief. I'm practicing courage. I love it. Sarah wants 25. Hey, Miss Sarah. Sarah wants 25. I hate how weak I feel, is what the griever says. I hate how weak I feel. And courage says, this isn't weakness, it's grief. And grief takes guts. This isn't weakness, it's grief. And grief takes guts. Miss Becky would like 23. 23. The griever says, I need to be strong for everyone else. Miss Becky, if that doesn't have you all over it, I need to be strong for everyone else. But courage says, I don't need to be strong. I only need to keep breathing. Kisses to you, Miss Becky. Patty says she would like 52. Patty would like 52. 52. The griever says, I can't find peace in this pain. And the courage says, I can only carry grief and still create moments of peace. I can only carry the grief and still create moments of peace. Not I can only, I don't know why I added only. I can carry grief and still create moments of peace. You can do both. Just like Miss Hope's. Love and pain can be in the same breath. Miss Tammy asked for 53. 53, I feel like I should be over this, says the griever. And courage says, I don't have to rush healing. Courage gives it time. I feel like I should be over this. I don't need to rush healing, says courage. Courage gives it time. Miss Jules asked for 33. 33. 33. Oh, I like this one. The griever says, no one notices my effort, but courage responds. My courage shows up even when nobody sees it. And that is what's so important. I'm going to say it again. Nobody notices my effort because they don't. They do not. My courage shows up even when nobody else sees it. That was Miss Jules. Aida wanted 40. Hey, Miss Aida. You little brat. She's here. The brat's here, you guys. Don't tell her I said that. Okay. Oh, Aida, this one's good for you. I don't see progress. And courage responds. Every tear, every breath, every step is courage in motion. Every tear, every breath, every step is courage in motion. You need to sign up for tomorrow. It is, the title is, just grieve that shit. Just sign up for the grieve that shit. Miss Hope has 3 broken hearts. Aida also asked for 36. Okay, Miss Aida. Ooh, here's a good one. People can't handle my truth. People can't handle my truth. I'm courageous every time I tell the truth about my pain. Every time I tell the truth about my pain. Diesel D said 15. 15. I'm scared to tell people that I'm not okay, says the griever. Courage responds, honesty is courage. My truth is enough. Yes, Miss Becky, it's so true. Hey, that girl, it's 1 to 55, my love. Give me a number between 1 and 55. This is black. This is a black shirt. Does it look green? Alicia. I think it's Alicia. Okay, she said 7. I have 2. Miss Monette also picked 7. It looks green. Yeah, it's black. Okay, here you go, ladies. The griever says, I feel like I'm failing. This is for you, Miss Monette, and for Alicia. If I'm still here, if I'm still breathing, I'm still telling the truth. I'm not failing. Man, I love that one. The griever says, I feel like I'm failing. But courage says, if I'm still here, I'm still breathing. I'm still telling the truth, and I'm not failing. And that girl, she would like 55 and 6. So I'll do 6 first. The griever says, I feel weak. And courage says, this isn't weakness. It's grief. And grief takes guts. Yeah. Hey, Miss Becky, all these need to go on a shirt. The griever says, I feel weak. And the courage says, this isn't weakness. It's grief. And grief takes guts. Okay. Also, she asked for 55. Let me do 55. Okay, guys, while I'm going down to 55. 55, I can't imagine my life without them. I don't have to imagine my whole life. I only have to take the next breath today. That's for you, that girl. And Laura says 10, and Debbie would like 35. I'm going to do Debbie's first because I'm passing 35. Miss Debbie. Oh my gosh, Miss Debbie. I feel like missing them means I'm stuck. And Kurt says, missing her is proof of your love. It is not proof of your weakness. I added the her in there for you. I feel like missing her means I'm stuck. Kurt says, missing her is proof of your love, not proof of your weakness. Man, my heart to yours, sister. Truly, my heart to yours. Miss Laura asked for 10. Miss Laura, look at this. Griever says, I don't know if I can do this. And Courage responds, I don't know if I can, but I'm doing it right now. And I'm doing it one breath at a time. Look at you, Miss Laura. I don't know if I can do this. But Courage responds, I don't know if I can, but I'm doing it right now. And I'm doing it one breath at a time. Yes, Debbie, isn't that amazing? Yes, Miss Laura, isn't that true? Wow, that was moving. Okay. I've been dealing with some crazy Facebook drama with people that have no clue. Yes, so you've got to turn that off, my love, Miss Joanne. You got to turn it off. If you're going into Facebook, Instagram, and places like that, and you're getting tortured, you got to turn it off. There's no reason for you to have to live through that. There's no reason for you to have to go through that. Oops. I think I just turned off the live. Oh, there's my grandson. He sent me a post an hour ago. All right. I think I just turned off the live on Instagram. I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to see if anybody had numbers. They don't like me over there. All right. So I'm going to turn off the Facebook group. Guys, I'm going to stay on TikTok for a little bit longer. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I got all of your guys' questions. Julie says, grief takes guts. It's so true. Yes, it is. Death versus divorce. Miss Joanne says, I agree. Death versus divorce. Death versus divorce. They're both grieving experiences. They're both grieving experience, and we shouldn't judge them against each other. Because honestly, isn't divorce the death of a marriage, right? But what about the one person who didn't want the divorce? What about if she or he still wants to work it out? What about all the pain that takes place in the divorce? And they're still alive. If you have children, you still have to see them. Very, very deep. Very, very deep. All right, my Facebook group. I'll see you tomorrow in the Zoom. Sign up. Go to the link in the social media post and click the link that says Beacons AI and sign up to see me tomorrow. Your grief is not broken. I will see you there at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow for the lecture hall.